saying grade R teachers are so critical in the process of children learning to read and write. So when we're looking at our ANAs and our systemic results and people are saying, well, why aren't things working in grade 3? We're saying, well, we should be looking at grade R, not only grade 1, 2 and 3. So reports that come out that continually focus on foundation phase but exclude grade R, we feel they're missing the point, because unless we get this right, we're going to continue with problems with comprehension and language. Our grade R teacher training program we've called the STELLA program, which is the strengthening teaching of early language and literacy in grade R. A big part of our philosophy is really about encouraging them to see telling stories, playing games and doing role play as really valuable learning experiences. So while the learning itself might not be formal, it doesn't mean that the learning experiences aren't absolutely really vital for young children. So really I think sometimes saying, well, for young children, learning must happen in a way that is engaging and fun, and that we need to keep that in mind with all our programs and our approaches to young children. We've been working with teachers who are already in classrooms. They qualified grade R teachers in community-based preschools with a grade R class. It's not a broad-based teacher training qualification or program. It really focuses on the literacy and language components of being a grade R teacher. At the training, they receive resources to go back to the classroom and use, and they can literally use them the next day. The program is story-based, so it's built around 8 stories. And the stories have accompanying resources. So just an example would be some of these cutouts which we use to tell the story. So to really make the story come alive for the children, it's not just about listening to the story, it's actually seeing the story, being able to retell the story. So there are resources like the cutout. We've got little books which follow the story. So in essence, the children are hearing a story, they're then role-playing a story, they're drawing and writing about the story, and then they are reading a book about the story and reading a small book about the story, and really having multiple opportunities to engage with that language of the story, make it their own and become confident using that language. So we're starting off by saying, well, let's get children enjoying and loving and feeling confident with stories, and then from there build other activities related to that. So we've drawn on a lot of research and other programs internationally, but the content is very South African. So I think that's really key for us, is that people locally must identify with. So that I think is innovative in that if you look at the resources, they seem very simple and fun and colourful, but actually there's a lot of thought that goes into making sure that they are based on theory but still accessible. So I think that's been really key for us. We've written some really clear and useful guidelines for teachers about how to implement the program day to day. So teachers feel really supported in that they're easy to use, they're practical, and they don't have to do a lot of work in preparation. They can really take the materials and go with it. The teachers' feedback has been that this has really enabled them to give their children a very good grounding in language and literacy, and teachers feel very confident that the children going into grade 1 are going to be better off and well equipped. Our aim is really to train trainers of teachers. So to be able to take the program further, grade R teachers their role in this process needs to be acknowledged. We need to invest in them, we need to value the role they're playing, and through this program I think we are doing that. We're saying you're important enough to get really colourful, fabulous resources, and we want to provide you with training that can make your classroom an optimal language and literacy environment.